Hi, Taurus. Hope you guys are doing well. So I keep having struggles trying to get you guys a reading. I don't know what is happening. Like, there's some sort of block here when it comes to me getting you this reading. But you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. I have had so many struggles trying to get you guys this reading. Yeah, so let's jump in, okay? So there's a chance I may not be doing these readings going forward. Maybe, maybe not, if at all. I don't really know. I've been dealing with a lot of difficulties from people when it comes to the readings and when it comes to people accepting the readings, dealing with the readings, because these do really bring up a lot of subconscious things, a lot of shadow aspects that people don't really want to look at, and then they cause you to work through change and transformation on a healing journey and really help you evolve spiritually, mentally, emotionally, in many different ways. And so that can kind of bring things up. And when those get brought up, it can bring some sort of shadow aspects, which then cause me to have to deal with them. And as much as I love healing people, helping people understand and evolve their consciousness, I don't like when it comes at the expense of me, you know, I really don't. So I don't really know what I'm going to be doing with the channels going forward. So with that being said, you get this one now and that's it. So with that, we have the full moon in Aries happening today. And that is going to be translating your 12th house. Okay, so that is your fears, your subconscious thought patterns, belief systems, all of that. So that's like cleaning the skeletons out of the closet. And this full moon is happening in Aries, which is our first house. Aries represents Mars. It represents our first house, which is also our ego and our identity. So you could be cleaning some skeletons out of your closet in regards to your ego, how you show up, and all of that. And the reading that I just tried to do for you guys, the card that came out was about your ego. So that was a big thing there. And the reason why I say that is because your next moon transits also have to do with that, okay? So on October 25th, we have the new moon eclipse in Scorpio happening in your 7th house of partnerships. These are long-term partnerships, marriages, relationships, commitments, business partnerships. And that eclipse in Scorpio is all about death, rebirth, and transformation. So you're going to be going through a major shift during Scorpio season in regards to your long-term relationships, your commitments, and really evolving those in a beautiful way. This is going to be a beautiful time to create a major change in those connections. On November 8th, we have a full moon eclipse in Taurus, you guys, in your first house, which is your ego, your identity, how you show up and how you project yourself to the world. So I feel like you could be really going through a major shift in how you value yourself, how you value others, how you project yourself to the world, how you value the way that you project yourself to the world, how you value the way that you view the world, the way that you show up in the world. You are going through a major shift. This is going to be a major time of evolution for you over the next month and a half. So get ready, get ready, get ready. All right, this eclipse season, as it happens for you, only happens once every 13 years. So hold on for the ride, okay? Hold on for the ride. It's not always easy, but you gotta do it. And then your song that I had on shuffle was I Think Too Much by Christian French. So make sure you guys are not up in your mind, because when you're thinking too much, you're in your ego. Your ego is your mind, your heart is your spirit. So if you want to be in your spirit and be more aligned, move into your heart, get out of your mind, right? So how do we do that? We get into our body, we get into a state of love, we get into a state of release, we get into a state of healing, all of that. Oh, and if you guys want anything from my Etsy shop, this is my gratitude line right here. Grateful for the highs, grateful for the lows, grateful for the lights, the darks, the ups, the downs, grateful for everything. This is the universal gratitude shirt. I have it in sweaters, sweatshirts, guys, girls, different things. There's going to be more options for girls. I also have a Zodiac line coming out soon, but I haven't got there yet. So this is brand new, but it's on my Etsy shop if you guys want one of those and want to support me. 444 right there in the clock. Okay, so we have right here, no, wait, postpone, pause, say no, and you're already doing it. Stop overthinking and keep facing your true north. All right. I want to look into what this no is about. We're going to do that. Whatever you're doubting yourself on or whatever you're overthinking about, stop overthinking it. You know what I mean? You're already doing what you need to do. You're already going in the direction you need to go in. So allow yourself to move through these transitions easy, beautifully, and just kind of let them happen. What do we have? All right, we have signs. Instincts are the message from the inner divine. Universe is probably giving you a lot of synchronicities, or going to be giving you synchronicities during that time. When we go through change, right, it can feel very uncomfortable, and a lot of people shy away from uncomfortability because it could cause us stress. It's very unknown. It's scary, right? Again, that's our fears. But if you're seeing synchronicities, 111, 222, 333, 444, 555, right there on the clock, if you're seeing those are all synchronicities showing you that you're in alignment for some sort of change. So when you see those, look those up. Angel number 555, right? It was right there. So look that up. Now, what else do we have? And then I'm going to look into what this no is about. Close encounters, number 10. An opening to discovery, but that was upside down. So I feel like you're a little bit closed off to some sort of close encounter, some sort of transformation you're trying to have when it comes to your personal life, when it comes to the connections close to you. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze, hold on. Let me just have some coffee. All right. You could be a little closed off to those and not really opening up. That'll be for you to work through as you go through these evolutions with yourself. What is this no about? What is this no? The universe wants you to wait on something. All right, we have Strength card right here, Angel of Courage, the Trust card, which you had in the previous reading, and the Star card, Angel of Hope. So there's some sort of wish that you're waiting for, some sort of dream, some sort of wish, some sort of healing that you're waiting for. And it could have to do with a friendship that you're a little uncertain about. A friendship that you want to have, but you're uncertain. Do they like me? Do they not? Do they want to be close to me? Do they not? It's something that you're needing to be courageous and trust that it's all going to pan out exactly as it needs to, how it needs to, okay? Don't try to control it. Taurus oftentimes love to control things. They are fixed sign, fixed energy, and what do fixed signs like to do? They like to control everything. And so when you are in a shadow side, right, and we were all just going through a major retrograde cycle, which I will talk about, you can sometimes slip into the shadow. So if you're overthinking things, that's your mind trying to control the outcome, control the situation, control the scenario to make it happen exactly how you say it's gonna work in the perfect time that you say, and it needs to happen this way or else it's not gonna work and it's not gonna be good, and you know the keys and you know everything because you know. That is control. That is ego. That is your mind. That you think you know better than what the universe can orchestrate for you. That is you trying to control. That is your ego trying to say that I dictate everything because I know that it'll be better if it happens this way, and I know that it needs to be done at this time and this way because I say it because this. That's just the Taurus fixed energy trying to come out and trying to control the scenario with the assumption that you know more. Universe always knows more. God always knows more. Whatever your divine being is, they have a sight that we can't see. So when we tell ourselves that we know the answer to everything and we know the best path for everything, that's just our ego trying to tell us that, to re-solidify some sort of belief that we want validation for. That's really not about the truth that you do know the best way. When you just surrender to that control and you trust that and stop trying to do everything how you want at the time that you want, when you want it, when you surrender to that and you trust that and you're courageous enough to trust that, what happens? The hope comes in, the healing comes in, all of that comes in. So it's about you kind of shifting and understanding your energy, which is something you're gonna really go through during these full moons. The full moon in Aries, it's all gonna boil to the surface. The new moon eclipse in Scorpio, it's all going to be looked at and brought out and revitalized. And the full moon in Taurus, a full moon eclipse in Taurus is going to make you really deal with it, right? So we're going to say it's going to come up to the surface, it's going to be worked through, then it's going to be really dealt with and released, and a new energy, a new sense of identity, a new state of ego is going to come in for you. One that's much more evolved, one that's much more beautiful than anything you can think of now. So try to learn how to release that control, release some of that fixed energy, and trust that there's such a beautiful evolution that's happening for you at this time. All right, what do we have for Taurus? We have the moon right here. We have the moon, the Page of Cups, and the Three of Swords. All right. And we had the moon underneath here too. So there's some sort of hidden, either hidden dream, illusion, something hidden that needs to be apologized for in a heartbreak, okay? Either you're going to be the one to apologize, someone else is going to be the one to apologize, but there's going to need to be some sort of offering to heal a heartbreak that's happened. Either the heartbreak is out in the open and it's talked about, it's seen, or it's hidden. And from my assumption of reading the cards, it's probably hidden and one that needs to be brought up, okay? But it doesn't really matter because it's hidden there in your energy. So it is going to boil to the surface during this full moon in Aries. It is going to boil to the surface when it comes up to your 12th house, right? Because that 12th house has a lot to do with our subconscious belief systems. So it's all going to boil up, and if you don't deal with it during the full moon in Aries, you're definitely going to deal with it during the full moon eclipse in Taurus on November 8th, and you will not like how that feels when that comes. Let me tell you, you do not want a transformation to come during your eclipse for something that you chose not to deal with before when it could have been a lot easier. Let me tell you, it will hurt if you wait until then. It will hurt because then it just becomes, when an eclipse happens, especially an eclipse in Scorpio is all about death, rebirth, and transformation. The eclipse is happening in your sign and in your first house, which is ego. If you wait to deal with whatever this matter is until November 8th, it will hurt you like a ton of bricks. It will be like boom, like that, and you're gonna be like absolute holy freaking cow. Ow. Okay, so deal with it now. Deal with it now, so you don't have to deal with it then. Unless you like it tough, and sometimes Taurus like it tough, Taurus like it rough, I don't know, I mean, whatever, okay, bull in a china shop, right, that's the shadow. So if you want to keep controlling it, and you want to keep having that fight with your ego, with yourself, you can do that, but it's also easier to learn lessons when you have the chance to learn them easier than learn the lesson when it's hard because you chose to just be stubborn, you know? That's understanding energy. Like that's what these are all about. That's what all of these are about, is about you understanding energy and knowing what's coming up so you can be aware, and then you can shift certain things and make better decisions so it's not so difficult to deal with. A lot of times people have no idea about astrology, 333 right there. They have no idea about astrology. They have no idea about energy. They have no idea about healing. They have no idea about alignment. So they just go through their life, yada, 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 yada. Shit happens. And then they're like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Oh my God. But then if they would have just sat down and paid attention, they could have avoided that by maybe choosing to deal with something when they had a chance. Okay. So Ace of Cups right here, it's upside down on top of the Page of Cups. So it's probably to do with some sort of emotional relationship, an emotional connection that didn't really pan out the way you expected. Could have been friend, family member, something emotional, right? Wherever that emotion was in your life, 1414, it didn't work out the way you expected, and now there needs to be an apology for that. It's like the entire cup of love just got poured out. So whether you poured the cup out or someone else poured the cup out for you, it doesn't matter. The point is the cup is poured out. And what came as a result of that? A heartbreak. 10 of Cups right here, and the King of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Pentacles. So if you have a King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio around you, right? It doesn't have to be a male, it can be male or female. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio around you in your relationship, in your connection, right? I feel like there could have been a big heartbreak that happened in regards to your guys' relationship. Now, again, this can be friend, family member, lover, husband, wife. It doesn't really matter. It's just a very close emotional connection. There was definitely a heartbreak that happened between you guys in that connection. All the love that was there with you is now poured out. So however you want to deal with that, you can deal with that. But again, I feel like you're going to be the one that needs to maybe shift that and make an offer to this person in order to kind of revitalize that connection. So if you're seeing an opportunity, right, for you to offer that, or for you to say, hey, let's go out and do this, or hey, I wanna take you somewhere nice, or hey, I got you this gift because of blah 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 blah. Doing that initial step will help you work through so many things, but you have to be the one who's ready to do that. You have to be the one who's ready to make that offer, right, and to solidify this connection in a stronger way. What do we need to know for Taurus? All right, we have over top of the King of Cups, we have the 7 of Pentacles, and then we have the Sagittarius, the Temperance, okay? So right over top of you guys and this King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, we have the 7 of Pentacles and the Temperance. So I feel like if you were dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or just an emotional male figure around you, and this person invested in a Sagittarius or invested in, some sort of other energy around you, I feel like it's almost like that could be where the issue came from. It's almost like you had an issue that this person invested into somebody else. Why do you have an issue with that? Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, next to the Temperance, 4 of Wands over top of the Ace of Pentacles, and the Tower right here. This person could have been going through a change in their work, a change in their foundation. We have the Wheel of Fortune underneath the Queen of Wands, all right? So whoever this person was, right? There's 2 people going on here that we have. We have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy around you, or that emotional male energy around you. Brother, co-worker, friend, kid, it doesn't really matter. You have this energy around you. They invested into this other person. This person was going through a major shift in their stability, in their home life, in their work. We have the Wheel of Fortune underneath the Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles underneath the Temperance, and the Ace of Pentacles with the 4 of Wands, and then we have the Tower at the very end. So that's a major shocking shift, okay, that happened for them. And I feel like that caused an issue with you. Again, I'm not really figuring out why that's an issue for you, why you would be having such an issue with that. Because what I see here is over top of your energy is the Temperance anyway. And the Temperance is all about that higher connection to the divine. See, they're the angels of the zodiac. So they balance all 4 elements. They have a higher connection to the divine. They're usually very spiritual or religious. They have a higher perspective on life because their vision is much higher, whereas other signs are maybe more practical or maybe more emotional. Sagittarius are just very visionary, so they see things in a very healing and expansive way. So all in all, whoever this person is around you, their investment in this person brought peace and balance to you in your life and created healing and safety in your life, right? It completely changed and transformed your life in a way. But for some reason, you had an issue with it. Why do you have such an issue with it? Why is all this love poured out? Okay, here it is. I feel like you are waiting to heal some sort of idea you possibly had, or some sort of idea, all right? You're trying to heal some sort of idea that you have, and I feel like you were wanting to move forward and to a place of success, right? You are wanting to have things come full circle and heal full circle, and have any secret illusion that you had, that heartbreak that you're holding on to deep at the core, whatever this is that you need to apologize for, or someone else needs to apologize for. Whatever situation happened, whether it's secret and hidden, it needs to be revealed, and it will be revealed during the full moon in Aries anyway, whether you like it or not. So whether it was you who did that or this other person who did that, the heartbreaking secret, that's all here, that poured out your cup of love, right? You're wanting to come to a place of success with that and kind of come full circle, because I feel like you're seeing your perspective on this very differently. Before, you might have saw this person as just bringing a lot of heaviness to your relationship, especially with this other person, this King of Cups, whoever this is, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Again, doesn't have to be this emotional person in your life. You could have saw that person as bringing burdens, bringing heaviness to the connection. But now your perspective is much different. Now that you're seeing things differently, you see that the entire cup, right? It was poured upside down. So before, you weren't seeing that person correctly. Now you are. And now it's changing. All right? Now it's changing. But again, it still has to be dealt with. It still has to be dealt with. I feel like you thought that this person investing in this other person was just going to bring problems to your life, but then you realize that it actually brought a lot of good healing to your life. You guys should look where, so today Pluto goes direct, and Pluto is the planet of transformation, change. It's the ruler of Scorpio, and we're going into Scorpio season. We have the new moon eclipse in Scorpio happening for you in your 7th house of partnerships, and then we have the full moon eclipse in Taurus happening for you in your 1st house, your ego identity, 222 right there at the clock. So if you guys look up where Pluto was retrograde, the planet of change and transformation was for you, which I want to say, if you look at your birth chart, if you go to astrocharts.com, it's $25. You can print it out. It's like a 40-page report you're going to get. It's the best value you're going to get. I'm not sponsored by them. Anyway, go there, pay the $25, get your birth chart, 2222, right there on the clock. Get your birth chart, and then look at where Aquarius was in your chart. Aquarius should be transiting your 9th or 10th house. And your 9th house is Sagittarius energy. That's your higher belief systems, your religion, your philosophy, your long distance travel, but it's how you view things, all right? And then your 10th house is your career, your money, and what you're known for, and your reputation. So you could have had a certain belief system around something that needed transforming. You could have had a certain belief system, a certain thought pattern, a certain religious perspective, a certain ideology that needed to be completely transformed, especially if it's in regards to your career or your money or your reputation, okay? It could be that. When Pluto was going retrograde and Saturn was going retrograde, Saturn is going direct on the 25th of October, which is when the new moon eclipse in Scorpio is happening again. A major change. An eclipse is all about major change happening in Scorpio, all about change, right? 2332. Wow, you guys have so many synchronicities. And stay with me here. You might need to listen to this back a few times, okay? When Saturn goes direct, Saturn is the planet of karma. It's the planet of tough lessons. And that went retrograde on June 4th. So for you, that 9th and 10th house matters. Your higher philosophy, your reputation, around your work, around what you do, all of that. During that 4 months, right, from June to now, you could have gone through some major lessons in regards to how you value the world, your perspectives, your ideologies, your religious views. All of that could have went through a major shift and change, especially if it's in regards to your reputation and how you project yourself to the world. All of that's going to be coming full circle in a culmination when it gets to the full moon eclipse in Taurus in your 1st house. again, because it's ending with you, right? We went through the transformation for the last 4 months as all the planets were in retrograde. I think it was 5 or 6 in retrograde. Mercury was in retrograde, so there were miscommunications and things like that. And now it's going to be wrapping up 444 with a major shift in not only transforming your beliefs and your ideologies, especially in regards to your career and your money, but also having a major shift when it comes to you, your ego, your identity, and your relationships. Taurus, get ready. You are probably going to have the biggest crash of them all, you and Scorpio. But you know what? Things have to fall down. If we have a foundation of something that's not stable, right? Or we have we're trying to do things and create things from a new age type of way, but we're holding on to old belief systems that don't resonate, then we're keeping ourselves limited. So that entire structure has to crumble before we can create from the new expansive energy. All right, yeah. And I'll give you an example. My Pluto and Saturn went retrograde in my second house of money from June to now. June 1 is when I lost my job of 8 years. My employer couldn't pay me anymore. We had gone through some really difficult things and some deals that we dealt with that had nothing to do with us and nothing to do with our deals. It had solely to do with things out of our control that I'm not going to discuss in here, 555. And ultimately, it caused a very big domino effect of him, our business, our connection in our business. There was a lot of resentment that came because of this deal. And ultimately, he was no longer able to fund me anymore after 8 years. It was my 8-year anniversary on the company. So from then, I had to take 2 major state exams. I took one, and 3 days later, I did an entire course, 60-hour course, took the course exam, took the state exam, passed both of them in 3 days of each other. Then I went to my ayahuasca retreat, which will literally change your life. Nothing in the world will ever change your life to the level and to the extent that will, because it will make you face your shadow in every way, shape, or form, and you can't escape it. So when you're ready for that level of transformation, that's what I did in that period. Then I went through all the shifts in my career and finding a new career and finding all those shifts and, the whole money thing and having to believe in myself when everyone was doubting my channels. And then I saw this guy, it was like the beginning of June, this guy comes into my life out of nowhere. And what happens? That entire situation just mirrors the rest of the BS. Judgments on my work, judgments on what I'm, the value in my work, not valuing my work at all whatsoever, not even paying attention to my work whatsoever. It was like, and then, the surrounding that had to do with that too. And it was just like all of this, not valuing from the old job, not valuing from the old boss, not valuing from the guy, not valuing from the guy surrounding, not valuing from this, not valuing my work, when really my work and my channels were what got me through that period that I needed. And so it was me having to face that karma, face that transformation of, are you going to believe in yourself, right? Because second house was about money. So stay with me, you guys. I'm explaining this so you can really look at this for you in depth. Mine was about second house of money, which is Taurus energy, right? So that's cash, assets, property, how you value yourself, how others value you, and your work. And I was not being valued in the old job. I was not being valued by the old clients. I was not being valued by the guy. I was not being valued by the guys surrounding. I was not being valued, not being valued, not being valued, my work not being valued, nothing being valued. And you know what it did? It ultimately made me choose to stop doing my channels. It was that hard. And that was the time when I had to believe in myself and believe in my businesses and believe that I could make money from my businesses when everyone else put me down and didn't believe in me and had no respect for what I did at all whatsoever and were very judgmental. And I had to fight those demons during this retrograde period. And then what happened? I'm coming out on the end of it, right? October 25th, Saturn, the planet of karma, goes direct. And right now today, the planet of Pluto goes direct. So now the transformation's already done. It's already taken place. Now when Saturn leaves, it leaves you with a gift. So my gift is more of a financial gift after all of the difficulties of not being believed in, of not being valued, of not being seen, right? All of that. Now I'm coming out on the other side in a completely transformed way to a whole nother level of value that other people can't even comprehend. especially those who doubted, right? But don't worry, they all had their own lessons. So the same thing with you. I want you guys to take what I just explained in detail and use my example with you. This is probably transiting for you. Again, I want to say your 9th or your 10th house. So that's going to be, really pull up your guys' birth chart and look at where Aquarius is sitting. Your first house is Taurus, so you're going to look back at wherever Aquarius is, and when you get the Astro Charts report, it really helps you out. When you look where Aquarius is, you're going to see where that is, and that's probably where you were having a lot of changes and transformations and probably dealing with a lot of karma. So you could have had situations, events come up, people come into your life where they really challenged your belief systems. They challenged the way that you maybe saw religion or the your ideology. They could have completely challenged your way of seeing careers and your way of seeing, your reputation. It could have really brought that up to the surface for you to deal with. And now, as these last few weeks kind of pan out, you're going to be kind of releasing that and letting that go and coming into a beautiful place of healing, growth, and abundance. And you'll probably come out on the other side with a much more expansive and broader view of, religion, your ideologies, your vision on life and all of that. So that's kind of how these retrogrades work. I know that was like a major crash course. Hopefully that helped, okay? Hopefully that helped. But either way, you guys went through some major shifts and are going through some major shifts as this period pans out for you. Either way, regardless, if you have a Sagittarius around you, Temperance, Queen of Wands, if you have a Sagittarius around you and there was some sort of major shocking event that happened, don't worry, it's all going to come full circle. Tell us about this Tower at the very end there. Yeah, I feel like you are trying to avoid or ignore the success that's actually around you. I feel like there's a lot of success around you, but like part of you is trying to avoid it and not see it. Why is that? All right, you could have been in an illusion during this period. Remember how we said that the cup was dumped out, right? There's a secret heartbreak here that's hidden somewhere in your energy, and there was a cup here of love, and it just got dumped out. Whenever that happened, I feel like it was probably because of you, because we have a Queen of Pentacles that just came out over top of the Ace of Pentacles, or the Ace of Cups that was upside down, right? And then we have the Seven of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Judgment. So again, you probably could have had some sort of illusion or confusing, immature judgment that was extremely heartbreaking to this person, especially if you're dealing with a Sagittarius or, a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in your life. Either way, again, it doesn't have to be those signs, but I'm seeing some sort of like illusion and immature judgment that was really heartbreaking. But I feel like that judgment came from you. So if you look at those areas, and this was the Saturn in retrograde and Pluto in retrograde was transiting your whatever house for you, right? You're going to know. That could be where the judgment stemmed from. It could have been a judgment around someone's, if you were judging another person, the judgment was probably around their ideologies, their belief systems, their vision, and also their career, because that would have been where the, karma was transiting for you. All right, what do we need to know for Taurus? If you're overthinking a lot about the entire thing, try to release that. Overthinking, again, is just part of that ego energy. Remember how we said, look at that, 3333 right there in the clock. Remember how we said when you think too much, you're in your mind, and your mind is your ego? If you notice yourself overthinking something or overthinking this entire scenario, overthinking everything, just sit with yourself. Say, you know what? I'm going to release that. I'm going to forgive that. I'm going to let it go because it's no longer serving me, okay? I'm going to explain to you the Ho'oponopono release ceremony. I do this every full moon, or I get a group of people together and go to the beach, and then we do release worksheets. So if you guys want my release worksheets, let me know. I'll email them to you. It's the four most powerful sayings. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. So you could say, I'm sorry, blank, whatever your name is. I'm sorry for this confusion, this illusion, this immature judgment and perspective that I had on something, on someone, on myself. Please forgive me for being critical and not truly being in my authentic power. Thank you for the lessons during this retrograde period, 34, and I love you for learning these lessons, facing your shadow, and coming out on the other side in a much more transformed and evolved way, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. That's all it takes. That is all it takes. Just a little bit, a little shift in your energy. I feel like you need to be a little bit more generous with yourself. I feel like you need to be a little bit more generous with yourself. Again, I feel like you're kind of keeping yourself stuck in your mind about some unhappiness that you're holding on to, especially if it's about this little secret or this little heartbreak that you have here, or this illusion that you had here. If you're holding on to that energy, you're not going to be able to move and ascend to the next level, right? We have to release the BS. We have to release the skeletons in our closet in order to ascend, in order to bring more in. So during this full moon in Aries, seriously, please work on that full moon release. What do we need to know here? Let's give us a good message to end this out. Good message for Taurus. All right, we have the Chariot, Angel of Guidance, over top of the Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and the Four of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Pentacles. And then we have the Six of Wands, Recognition. You could be guided to give this person, whoever it was that you judged, you could be guided to give this person the recognition they deserve. Especially if it has to do with this person's success. Yeah. How can Taurus go about doing that? Devil card right here. Oh my gosh, over top of it's your energy, Queen of Pentacles, overthinking. Okay. If you're keeping yourself stuck into a negative loop, all right? If you're keeping yourself stuck in a negative loop, try to break free from that chain. If you are overthinking something, that's you keeping yourself into that chain. It's you thinking about the worst case scenario, thinking about the negativity, thinking about the judgment, thinking about this, and then you're thinking about it, and then you're projecting it, and then as you project it, you think about it more, and then it drains your energy, and then you feel like you don't have enough energy for the things you want, which then makes you tired, which then makes you weak, which then makes you not feel your best, and then you create from that place of lack, 37, and then you project that fear on again, that it's not going to work out, and then this and that. So you got to break free from the shackles, right? Everything's going to work out. Everything's going to come full circle. Everything's going to be good. Everything's going to transform, right? Queen of Wands right here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and the Ten of Pentacles, over top of King of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Temperance, Sagittarius, and the Four of Wands. Freedom, which is over top of you, and the Temperance again, Sagittarius. Over top of the World, which is over top of the Queen of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So whoever this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is in your life, they are not only going to help you free yourself from whatever this cycle is that you're in, whether you tell people about it or not, whatever this cycle is that you're dealing with secretly, they're going to help you with that, and they're going to help support you in this journey of freedom and help support you to this place of success. I mean, you literally end with the Ten of Pentacles, Four of Wands, the World card, over top of the Four of Wands, over top of the Queen of Wands, with the Queen of Wands, and the Temperance here over top of you. I mean, it's all coming full circle, right? I don't even need to explain it. It's all coming full circle. It's clear as day. you did some BS, you had some judgments, you took someone else's cup, right? Whoever this masculine energy is in your life, you took their cup and you completely dumped it out because of the way that you felt and your perspective and your projection of your beliefs and your ideologies. And then you sat there and then you know, made someone else feel not good about it. And then it came back around and then they're helping you deal with it. The person that you judged is helping you deal with it. The person that you poured the cup out of, they're all helping you deal with it. They're helping you release yourself from any negativity, from any criticism that you don't need. They're helping you heal that with yourself, right? Heal that and come full circle. And then what's happening after that? They're bringing support. They're bringing freedom. They're bringing success to your family, to your home, to your connection, to your relationship. So again, it's all coming full circle. And what does it do? It always comes full circle. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Step out of your comfort zone, North Node. You're very close to achieving your goal and expect powerful change, a time for healing. And that change card, new moon eclipse, came out right over top of you. So by October 25th, the new moon eclipse in Scorpio, which is transiting your 7th house of partnerships, long-term relationships, long-term commitments, 40-40. There's going to be a major shift that happens for you. And whoever the Sagittarius person is, they're going to help you step out of your comfort zone. They're going to help you achieve your goals and work through this change, especially if it's a change in your family, in your relationships, in your manifestations, in your success. And they're going to help you bring this change full circle. So all in all, you might be working through some stuff. All right, you might need to just trust the process a little bit more, but it's all going to turn out in such a beautiful way for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Get ready, eclipse season is coming. Just protect your energy, okay? Really try to be around people who are happy, who are uplifting, who are grateful, right? Be around people who are grateful for the good, the bad, the light, the dark, the positive, the negative, the highs, the lows. Make sure you are around people who have universal gratitude for everything in their life, because that is going to heal you, transform you, and help you bring this full circle. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.